You see, the red pen, it didn't mean that my music was hopeless. It meant that someone else heard the potential for it to become even greater. And so, as we think about growing, and not just ourselves personally, but the people around us, right, helping those around us improve, how do we use our red pen? Right? In your work, how do you use your red pen? How do you act as that conductor? How do you approach having that perhaps difficult conversation with someone whose performance you believe can be better? So how do we do that? How do we embody that spirit of the conductor with our red pen? So the conductor has the red pen, but there's some prerequisites they have to take care of before they can actually use it. So what allows a conductor to lead and guide is that they have a clear understanding of the sheet music that's in front of the performer that they're aiming to guide and help, meaning they have a clear understanding of the performer's instrument and their desires, their intention, where they would like to go. And in an orchestra, there's so many different instruments on stage, right? There's violins, but there's flutes, there's cellos, and my favorite instrument, it's actually not the violin, it's the cello. And what I love about it is its size. It allows for this deep, rich tone that really sings and I think most resembles the human voice. It's so beautiful to me, right? That size allows for it. But if you were to play some of my high-pitched violin music on a cello, it's going to sound like the film score to a horror movie, right? No one should have to hear that. It's going to sound like a cat just screeching its nails. And if you were to hear this on the cello, you wouldn't assume that the instrument is useless. You wouldn't say that the instrument is flawed or useless. You would say that the instrument is being used incorrectly. And I think that in life, especially in a work environment, I think we're each our own instrument with certain strengths and weaknesses built into our systems. And so a question is, are we using our instruments correctly? Right? Often what we define as a flaw or something we need to fix in someone around us, someone on our team, it's just us not understanding them in their totality. Right? We have to ask, are we critiquing others? Right? Because we know they're objectively wrong based on the vision that we share together, or are we critiquing others simply because they aren't us? In a meeting, perhaps, there might be someone on your team that's, obnoxiously worrisome or anxious all the time about pointing out all the small details that could be wrong. But in other moments, the same anxiety that they have, it might be the thing that prevents a disaster that saves everyone at some other moment down the line. And that's really a point of interest in collaboration, how we create harmony. It's that, right, the thing that we might find to be annoying or obnoxious or worrisome about someone else on our team, it might be the exact reason why we actually need them in our ensemble. And so we talk a lot about balance, right? Finding balance. And I think this language oftentimes is incomplete because we look at balance in too small of a scope. So in music, balance is something for the ensemble to achieve. But in life, often we view balance as something for the individual to achieve. And so in this journey for individual balance, we can ask people on our team, ask people around us to do things that their instrument simply isn't built for. When we talk about, teamwork or culture, especially when in the context of music, I think that we confuse the concepts of playing in harmony with playing in unison. So playing in harmony isn't to play the same notes, to play the same instruments as everyone else on stage. It's to have a strategically diverse range of instruments, sounds, and textures and voices that we work to bring together towards a common vision. And so as you think about being that conductor, before you use the red pen, maybe we could step back and do an analysis of the balance around us, an analysis of the different roles that people are playing on our ensemble.